So we want to go ahead and rotate about the origin on a coordinate plane. First thing you need to do when rotating 180 degrees, each quadrant is 90 degrees around the origin. So if we're in quadrant 3, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, if we rotate 180 degrees, that's 90 plus 90. Our shape is generally going to end up in the first quadrant. You won't see clockwise or counterclockwise because no matter what, 180 degrees is halfway around the rotation. 1, 2, 90, 180, 90, 180. We still end up here no matter which direction we go. So first thing we need to do when it's 180 degrees, list the coordinates for your points. Q is located at 0, -1. H is located at -3, -5. And J is located at -5, -3. So how do we locate our prime points? When rotating 180 degrees, you keep the same order. And you go with the opposite other than 0. 0 is just 0. It's neither negative nor positive. But if we were negative before, we're going to be positive on our prime points. If we were negative before, both is going to be positive. If we were positive before, both would be negative. So here, our 1 was negative, so now we're positive. For H, both our 3 and 5 were negative. Both are going to be positive on our prime point. So it's just the opposite. Since our J was both were negative, both are going to be positive. Now we have what we need in order to graph our primed image. So 0, +1 for Q prime. H prime is 3, 5. J prime is 5, 3. Go ahead and connect those points. And I shade mine in so that you can see it better. You don't have to do this. This is not a requirement. It's just something I like to do from a teaching standpoint, just so that you could see it better. So what we did, we took the original and we rotated it 90 degrees and then another 90 degrees. 90 plus 90 is 180. So that's what that would look like. This is my prime image located from its original position, 180 degrees around the origin. Let's take a look at another example. This time we want to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is to the left because the hands on a clock rotate clockwise, which is to the right. So counter means opposite. So we're going to rotate to the left. 90 degrees, remember I told you when it's about the origin, every quadrant is 90 degrees. So if my shape for the most part is in quadrant 1, 90 degrees to the left is going, all this entire shape is going to end up for the most part in quadrant 2. So first things first, again, locate your points, your coordinates for your points. B is at +4 on the X, +5 on the Y. S, +2 on the X, +2 on the Y.
Report to the office for dismissal.
And L is +5 on the X, 0 on the Y. Now it's different when it is a 90-degree rotation. Remember, when it's 180, you keep the same order of the numbers. When it's 90 degrees, you switch the order. Since we went 4, 5 first, we're gonna go 5, 4. 2 and 2 would stay the same. 5, 0 becomes 0, 5. Now we need to figure out what are our X value signs and our Y value signs in our destination quadrant, because that determines our signage for our primed points. So S was in quadrant 1, is going to end up in quadrant 2 because that's a 90-degree counterclockwise. So in quadrant 2, my X values are negative, but my Y values are positive. So that was S. X values are negative. B, X values are negative, is going to be over here. And L, since 0 doesn't matter, X values are negative, but Y values are positive. So this is okay. My X value is negative, my Y value is positive. I have what I need in order to plot my points. So -5, +4 is B prime. -2, 2 is S prime. And 0, 5 is L prime. Go ahead and connect these points. Again, I'm going to shade mine in. And this is what it would look like if we took the original and rotated it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Let's take a look at another example, our final example. We're going to go 90 degrees clockwise this time. First things first. So clockwise means to the right, like the hands on a clock. But we're going to locate the points of our shape, the coordinates of those points. -1, 3 is my F. B is -5, 1. M, -4, -2. And H, -1, -2. Now I need to figure out, well, what are my prime points going to be? So again, when it is a 90-degree rotation, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, we switch the order of our numbers. So that's going to be 3, 1, 1, 5, 2, 4, and 2, 1. Then our destination quadrant, where we're going, determines our negative and positives for X and Y. So wherever your original point starts, 90 degrees is 1 quadrant over. So we're going to go 1 quadrant to the right for F prime, and my X values are positive, my Y values are positive. So that's good. B, same thing. 90 degrees to the right, 1 quadrant to the right is going to end up over here. X values are positive, Y values are positive. M is going to go from the 3rd quadrant to the 2nd quadrant. My X values are negative, my Y values are positive. So for M, X values are negative, Y values positive. H, same thing, is going to go from here, 1 quadrant to the right is up. X value is negative, Y value is positive. I can go ahead and graph my points. F prime is going to be at 3, 1. That's F prime. B prime, 1, 5. M prime, -2, +4. And H prime, -2, 1. I can go ahead and graph my points. Well, I've graphed my points. I can connect my points. That's what I should say.
Damari White, Brianna Daniels, and Sierra Harris to the office for dismissal.
I'm gonna go ahead and shade these in. And this is what a 90-degree clockwise rotation would look like on a coordinate plane for this shape. Really hope this helps.